Hello, welcome. I'm Sarah Beth. Welcome to the Urban Accents Facebook Live. It's been a while. I am really excited to be here. We're talking Thanksgiving sides today. We are here in the beautiful home kitchen of our company's founders, Tom and Jim. Thank you for letting us be here. It is a joy to cook in such a beautiful kitchen. We are talking 3 easy Thanksgiving sides today. These are perfect for maybe your Friendsgiving, or if you have Thanksgiving lunch plans, you could even sleep in and still make it with these recipes. I'm going to tell you all about it. So the first one is going to be Chipotle cranberry sauce. Way easy, so good. This one's with the Mesa Rosa Chipotle. It's smoky, it's a little bit sweet, and it's a little salty and spicy. It's so good. We're also going to be doing our bacon roasted Brussels sprouts with our balsamic roasted onion veggie roaster. So good. Everybody loves Brussels sprouts. Everybody loves bacon. And this is the real kicker. And then we're going to do some potatoes with our Fisherman's Wharf. This one is a spice blend. It's herby, it's lemony, it's kind of garlicky as well. This is one of our all-round staff favorites. It's a huge seller and it's good on everything, especially potatoes, but we'll get to that. I wanted to remind you, if you had any questions, just go ahead and put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them live. I think that would be really fun. All right, so let's get started, shall we? We're gonna start with the cranberry sauce. It is so simple.
Is that a can of beer?
That is a can of beer, and we're about to use it. Yes. You know me. I like the beer. So for this recipe, you need 12 ounces of cranberries, fresh. And guess what? They come in 12-ounce bags, so you don't even have to measure it. You just open it and dump them in. Easy. You need a cup of sugar. Just plain old white granulated sugar. I'm just gonna dump it in here. That was a half a cup. And then another half a cup. There we go. Now you are going to need a cup of beer. We like Beguile. Beguile, they are our neighbors in Ravenswood. We love those guys. This stuff is so good. Their beer's so good, and they're such cool, awesome people. Go check them out. You need a cup of beer, which is 8 ounces. A can is 12 ounces, so we're just gonna kind of eyeball it. You need 2/3 of the can. We're gonna put it in there. And you know what the last third is for? Love those guys. Okay, Mesa Rosa Chipotle. I like it kinda spicy. I like it extra smoky. So I am going to put in a tablespoon and a half. You could go up to 2.
Sorry, we have one more question.
Let's hear it.
Instead of white sugar, can you use brown sugar?
I don't think I would use brown sugar. Brown sugar is going to give you kind of more of a baked good type flavor. It's going to get a little bit molassesy, which honestly, molasses and Mesa Rosa sounds pretty good. So if all you have is brown sugar, it's not going to be bad. It's just not going to be quite as bright as I think you want your cranberry sauce to be. Cranberry sauce is kind of supposed to balance out all of the heavy and fatty, rich flavors on the Thanksgiving plate. So you probably want to stick with white sugar, but if brown sugar is all you got, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna put in about a tablespoon. I'm not worried about measuring it too much. If you don't feel comfortable eyeballing, go ahead and grab your tablespoon measure. I'm also, just because I love citrus zest, I'm gonna put in some orange zest. We have this fancy microplane grater. It's so good. You don't wanna go too far because you don't wanna get that white pithy stuff. That's kind of bitter. You just want the good orange smelling stuff. All right, that's plenty. A little bit goes a long way there. And we're also gonna garnish with that later, so you don't need a whole lot. All right, let's go over to the stove. We're going over here. I'll spread a little light on the subject. There we go. Is that good? Is that better? Whoa. Okay, that's a lot.
Bright.
Too bright. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna stir this up and I'm gonna put it over medium-high heat. I don't wanna go crazy on the heat because this stuff is really gonna bubble at first. And so I really wanna keep my eye on it. And when it starts to bubble, it's got that beer and sugar, so it's gonna bubble up. I don't want it to bubble over, so I'm gonna try to keep my eye on it. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna stir it when that happens. The bubbling will subside after a couple of minutes, and then we're just gonna let it simmer for about 15 minutes. It's gonna thicken up quite a lot, and then once we let it cool, it's gonna thicken up too. So you don't wanna cook it down too much. So about 15 minutes. All right, so we're gonna let that be right there, and we're gonna come back over here, and we're gonna work on our bacon Brussels sprouts. These are delicious. Bacon skewers. We're going to be using our balsamic roasted onion veggie roaster. Very, very delicious product. And super simple. I've got my foil lined tray right here. I've got some Brussels sprouts in here, and I've got my bacon and my veggie roaster. Here's the tip for the Brussels sprouts. Bacon and Brussels sprouts are going to bake at entirely different times in the oven. So what we did was we gave our Brussels sprouts a little bit of a head start by blanching them or parboiling them. Don't be scared, it's just boiling them. So what you'll do is get a big pot of water at a rolling boil, add your Brussels sprouts, boil them for about 5 minutes, set a timer. You don't want it to go too long because you want them to stay nice and bright green. And the point is to give them a head start, not to cook them all the way through, but just a head start. And then take them out with something like this and put them directly into a big bowl of water with ice. And that's going to stop the cooking immediately. At that point, you can take them and put them into the refrigerator and do the rest of this later, or you can just go ahead and start skewering them. And that's what we are going to do here. Before I skewer, I'm going to take these four and I'm going to add a little olive oil, and I'm going to put in some of our veggie roaster. This stuff, ooh, it smells so good too. It's oniony, it's tangy, it's got a little bit of that vinegar, sour flavor, it's garlicky, it's delicious. I've got a bamboo skewer. I soaked it beforehand so that it doesn't burn up in the oven. And I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna weave this on to my skewer like so, and then I'm gonna add a whole Brussels sprout. And I'm gonna weave this on a little bit more. I'm gonna add another Brussels sprout. There we go, working my way down. We found that 4 is just about the perfect number. You don't wanna crowd it. And these are just about the perfect portion for folks. So we're gonna put that right there. I've got some extra goo here, so I'm just gonna dollop that on here because that's the good stuff. All right, so now we're gonna roast these at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes. You'll start to smell them, so check them when you smell them. And they might need to turn over. You might need to turn them over. You don't wanna let them burn, but you do wanna let them get a little bit crispy and brown.
Someone wants to know, they think they saw these veggie roasters at Jewel. Is that true?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, Jewel has lots of our products, and they have the spice blends and the veggie roasters. Please go check them out if you're in the Chicagoland area. Jewel Osco has those veggie roasters. All right, so we are going to put these into a 375-degree oven. And it might be smart to set a timer. I'm not gonna do that, but it would be smart for you to set a timer. Let's work on our potatoes. Ooh, I'm gonna test these. Give these a stir. Oh, it smells good. Citrusy, berry, delicious. Okay, potatoes. We are making, you can kind of see where we're going with this beautiful cast iron skillet of sliced potatoes. And we're gonna roast these with lots of butter and our Fisherman's Wharf seasoning blend. This is the garlicky, herby, a little bit salty blend that's good on everything. It is a bit salty, so we're not gonna salt anything. We're gonna use this pretty liberally. We're not gonna use salt anywhere else in this dish. The thing that makes this so much easier is this mandolin. If you spent, well, you would have to spend all afternoon cutting these potatoes to be even, that would be hard, with a knife. The mandolin makes it so easy and so fast. I'm not gonna get any closer so I don't freak anybody out. I wanna keep my fingertips. Yes, ma'am.
Did David Hasselhoff invent Hasselback potatoes?
I don't think so. They're not Hasselhoff potatoes. I think, I don't know this, but I think that there is a woman that was married to a football player on The View. Hasselbeck? I don't know. I was under the impression that she's the one who started this recipe. She does this thing where you take the whole potato and you slice it down, and you don't slice it all the way so it kind of stays together, and then you bake it and you put some stuff and cheese or whatever. This is way easier. So they're Hasselbeck-ish potatoes. They're our take on Hasselbeck, not Hoff. I'm sure he would like these. Everybody likes these. Okay, so I'm doing my best to kind of work these around and get them all snuggled in here. I think what I'm gonna do is put some in the middle. Yeah, that worked. Bought me a little space. We want these to kind of fan out a little bit because they're gonna crisp up on those outsides, but the ones that are really squished together like that are gonna get soft, like maybe a baked potato. We're using Yukon potatoes. I like these because they're rich and they're kind of buttery already, and they also have really thin skins, so you don't have to peel them beforehand. All right, so my potatoes are in there. Before I put them in there, I put some butter in to make sure that everything was nice and oiled. I've got some melted butter here. This is a very small cast iron skillet, so we're not gonna use all this butter, but I am going to pour this over. What a beautiful thing.
Apparently, the Hasselbeck potato was created in the 1700s.
Was it called Hasselbeck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Juliana, please tell us more.
Well, one of our commenters has told us that it was back in the 1700s at a restaurant called Hasselbecken. The fancy accordion cut and special infused oil preparation make a Hasselbeck potato creamy on the inside and crispy on the outside.
Well, who knew? I guess that commenter knew. That's incredible. Now we know. I guess it has nothing to do with football or The View. Okay, there we go. Hasselback potatoes. We are liberally sprinkling on the Fisherman's Wharf. I'm kind of getting in there. Just go ahead. Go nuts. This is your only seasoning, so there is such a thing as too much, but I don't think we're there yet. All right, we are going to take this and put it into a nice hot oven. We're looking at about 375, just like our Brussels. And we're going in. Ooh, look, the cranberries are bubbling. Yum. You know what? I got it. Here, I'm gonna put this in here. I got too much stuff in here. Check it out. All right, we're gonna give them a little twirl here. Look at that color. Ugh, I love Thanksgiving so much. This is gonna be so good. I forgot to tell you a tip about the potatoes. I learned this in my food service days. You can prep your potatoes ahead of time and store them in water to keep them from oxidizing or getting a weird bluish gray. It's not going to do anything to the potatoes. It is not an essential step. If you want to do this the day before and store these in the fridge, that's great, and then put it together right before you bake it. If you're slicing your potatoes right before you're going to bake it, you can just totally skip this step. All right, that is how you make it all. Let's make it pretty, okay? We've got a little Food Network magic for you. Let's start with our cranberry sauce. Check it out. I made this one earlier today. Ooh, it's beautiful. I'm going to pull it over here. It's not hot. And we are going to pour it into this nice white bowl. Oh yeah. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so tart. Yum. I'm going to grate a little bit more here for flavor and also just for beauty. Oh, it smells so bright. Yum. All right, we'll leave that there. You know what I didn't do is taste it. The best part. Oh yeah. And it's not too jelly, you know. Ooh, ooh. Peepers. He's peeping. It's the kitty cat that lives here. Oh, y'all, it's good. It's amazing. A little bit smoky. Not too much though. It's you know, it's still going to be that nice counterpoint to all of those rich things, even though it has a little bit of smokiness. You might think that this is the kind of thing that you wouldn't add to something sweet and citrusy, but that unexpected pop of smokiness in the tangy sweet is so good. All right, let's pull out our Brussels sprouts. and see how oh, we are bubbling. Stirring, 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 stirring. We're gonna let those keep going. I put in some Brussels sprouts before we started. Oh, look at those, they're so good. I've got this beautiful tray, and I'm gonna take these, and I'm gonna line them up like so. I'm gonna do a little of this action right here so that they look delicious and just super grabbable. If you want, you could kind of top them off with a little freshly ground black pepper. Ooh, those look so good. I'm gonna try one of those too. Look at this place, so pretty. I'm gonna grab a plate and a fork and a knife. Ooh, I'm gonna grab this in here. And I'm gonna try one. Yum! I'll leave that there. Oh yeah, that Brussels sprout is just right. It's not squishy. It's got a little bit of roast on the outside, so that's good. I've got that bacon piece. I'm gonna go a little bit smaller. Bacony, but still a vegetable, you know? It's still a vegetable. Oh, it's good. The balsamic with the tanginess cuts right through that fat. Okay, last but not least, our beautiful Hasselback potatoes right here. Let's see. I've got this. I'm going to put it right here. Yes, and we are going to garnish. We're going to do just a little bit more here. If you're like me, you'll probably do just a little tiny bit more of this here. And we've got some gorgeous thyme. So you can use this as like a really pretty garnish all the way around. And you can also do a little of this action, like so. Ooh, that smells delicious, that fresh herb and all that butter. I'm gonna pull one of these out and try it. Potatoes. I just love potatoes so much. They're great, they're crispy and they're soft and they're a little bit salty and herby. So good. So, if you would like to see these recipes, please visit urbanaccents.com. We have a Thanksgiving recipe inspiration page, Thanksgiving 101 at Urban Accents, so go check it out. We also have a store locator there, so you can go and see where our products are sold in a store near you. If you order online, order before November 13th, and it'll get to you before Thanksgiving. Let's see, what else? Fall feasting. We've got a sale going on through the end of November. And it's our turkey brine, so you've got your sides here. Grab the turkey brine to make the best turkey ever. And also there are our chili starters, now that it's kind of cold out. We've got our pumpkin sauces. The pumpkin curry is something else. So good. So click on over to Urban Accents and check out the sale. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest. If you liked this video, you can hit follow to get notifications of the next time we're gonna do this. And I think that's it. I think we're good. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy November. Check us out for all your Thanksgiving recipe inspiration. Bye.